Hello, I'm Flora, your host with Go With The Flow. In this new episode, we're gonna jazz things up a little, spice things up. And for starters, we're gonna invite my new co-host, Wan Ting, who is also a journalist here at the Yahoo Singapore office.
Hi guys, I'm Wan Ting and I'll be your co-host for Go With The Flow. So for today's episode, we'll be talking about one of the most talked about trends in the world, the sustainability movement.
Yep, and for sustainability, it might seem very overwhelming and intimidating at times. Is reducing waste enough? How can we actually achieve sustainability through maybe adopting different lifestyle or even ethical consumerism? So for today's episode, we're going to talk to guests who practice eco-friendly lifestyles as well as experts who will tell us more. Our first guest is Hailin from Zero Waste SG, a charity organisation leading the drive towards zero waste in Singapore.
Hello Hailin, so where is Singapore at now when it comes to zero waste and what more can we do as a society and individual?
Policy-wise, the government is moving towards a direction where they are trying to tackle waste at different points of the chain, whether it is from corporates to society. But of course, there is still a long way more to go, especially when it comes to individuals, because it is not sort of ingrained in us to be mindful about the kind of waste that we produce in our day-to-day lives.
So, for example, you have been part of and organising a lot of campaigns like BYO Singapore, Save Food, Cut Waste, and Let's Recycle Together. How do you think these campaigns or initiatives are effective for individuals or society to take up, to learn, or to practice at home?
Different types of initiatives have to come hand in hand to sort of reach different target groups and different community groups. But whether it really sort of moves the needle in terms of getting people to take action, is something that we need to observe further.
How much plastic and food waste does a person generate in a year?
In 2019, we threw away about 400 Olympic-sized swimming pool worth of disposables, and that is only for disposables. So for plastic waste, we threw about 930 million kilograms. For food, it's about 744 million kilograms. So sometimes people say, hey, it's just a plastic bag, it's just a cup, it's fine, it's just a straw. But it really adds up.
I think the way that motivates me to do more when it comes to helping the environment or like reduce, recycle or reuse is guilt. And I know that's like not sustainable in the long run. How do you then motivate an individual who who can take the next step or do something more than what they are doing now?
I think we need to know that this is not an all or nothing. I know many of us, we feel like, we need to do a lot of things in order to reduce our footprint. Yes, there are many things that we can do, but ultimately, it is about starting somewhere first. I'm definitely nowhere near perfect myself, and the whole idea is that it is a constant journey. And the main concept behind it, it's about mindful use of resources.
Thank you, Hailin, for coming down to share with us more about zero waste and waste that we can also reduce to help save the environment.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. When we as individuals do our part to help save the environment, such as reduce, reuse and recycle, is it enough? Does more need to be done on the global front? We speak to an expert who can tell us what can really make a difference. So, hi Prof. Michael, thank you so much for coming down to our office today. Where does the individual stand in the cycle of waste?
Well, the individual, obviously we are at the end point of consumption, right? There is a long hidden chain of production and consumption. What we find is that for every kg of material that we might be using at the end point of consumption, there could be up to 99 kgs of waste generated. And at times, the most successful intervention points may not be at that end point of consumption, but maybe somewhere up that chain.
On that note, how effective are individual movements in terms of changing it?
So often our ability to make a difference as individual consumers is limited because the real choices that might make a difference aren't for sale. People hear that as well, the individual can't make a difference. But of course, the individual has to make a difference. I mean, we're all that we have, right? So what we're seeing around the world now are citizen movements coming together around banning single-use plastics. And so we're seeing these bans emerge across the United States, Australia, the European Union. What these bans do is it then incentivizes producers to think about better ways, about better products, about substitutes. A consumer citizen would be somebody who imagines that most of their power comes from the purchases they make. A citizen consumer, on the other hand, is someone who understands that changing the rules of the game so that producers will behave differently and give us better products. That's where it's at. This is a production problem, not a consumption problem. In Singapore, we are seeing, of course, this real move towards zero waste, right? And this idea of bringing your lunch in plastic containers. And these are, I think, are all really great signs of individuals assuming more responsibility. However, if this focus on reducing one's individual waste sort of leads to sort of a shaming of other people, it kind of drives a politics of guilt as opposed to a politics of let's figure out how to make this possible and easy and natural for everybody, whether they share our values or not. Thank you so much for having me with you today. It's been a great pleasure just sharing with you some ideas about how those of us who worry about the environment can be effective in the world, perhaps beyond just thinking about buying green at the checkout counter.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for your time.
Some individuals are reducing waste as a byproduct of their lifestyle, such as dumpster diving and giving unwanted items a second life.
Actually, when people put a bag on the bench, you know obviously that's good stuff. Otherwise, why would they want to do something like this? I found expensive watches brand new also like this, And can I say we find money, but we want to elaborate on it? Money is not that difficult to find. If it's under $10, it's not that difficult to find, but it's over 500. Possible, but harder.
Hello, Colin. So thanks for joining us today. So you are the founder of Freeganism in Singapore. How do you start? When do you start and why?
I learned Freeganism about 5 years ago. I saw a video of a guy who has a big lorry in America. He just went to different dumpsters and then he picks all the good stuff. Then he will display everything in his garden nicely and let all his neighbors, his friends and the homeless people come in and take whatever they want. So when I saw that, I said, okay, I think this can be done in Singapore. So I took big cargo boxes and then I went into the dustbin and looked at all the good stuff. People throw away amazing things, They throw away TV, they throw away laptop, clothes of course, bedding, curtains, this kind of thing. So if I see they are in good condition, I just take it and then dump it in my house. And every Sunday, I will ask a group of Filipina maids to come to my house because Filipina maids can ship them very cheaply back to their villages at home.
But why do you continue doing this? Is it because you want to save the environment at the same time, or is this because it helps to cut costs, or is this lifestyle what you enjoy maybe?
Something in Singapore thrown in the dustbin can make somebody so happy because he can never afford to buy this in his whole entire life. It takes a bit of effort for me to carry that home, but the immense joy you brought to somebody who is poor for his entire life, can you not put in the effort to make him happy?
So Colin, when you started this movement, this Freeganism movement, did you have sustainability in mind? In the sense that you'll be saving the use of new resources?
Actually, I don't think I think that far, It was more like I find things in the dustbin and they are so expensive, and these are things that I'm not even willing to buy with my own money and people throw it away in perfect condition. I cannot believe it. I think it started because it was fun. Then after that, suddenly people call me the king of sustainability and the king of recycling. Then I'm like, I don't know why people calling me this. What do I have to do with this? So they are impressed that I actually do it, because talking won't help reduce waste, right? Does it? Okay. But grabbing the stuff, packing it and shipping it to another country where people cannot afford it, that one reduces waste.
I feel very strongly about this. You look at this bin, right? It says to put paper, metal, plastic and glass. But a lot of people think that once you put things inside here, it automatically goes to charity. That is wrong. This is not a charity bin. But people don't know. They think that they put their clothes here, their teddy bear here, it will be given to old folks home or orphanage. But it doesn't. So you must remember, you can only put paper, metal, plastic and glass.
So we have learned from the various guests and experts on how do we drive a sustainable economy further. Well, I admit that I should be more eco-conscious, but I don't know how should I start or where should I start. What can I do?
So Flo, how about for next week, we try a lifestyle where you produce as little waste as possible and see whether it's sustainable in the long run.
Yeah, okay, can. I feel like I need to do something about it. It's a challenge, but you know what? I'll do it.
No, don't worry, we'll have someone to guide you along.
Okay, good. Let's go. No.